Good evening, everyone. This is Lynn, and we're back with another game to stream. Now, due to the, I guess, circumstances of my particular situation, I decided to go back to an old favorite that I picked up for the PC, and this is the game Journey. For anyone who is not familiar with Journey, it should be a game that can be completed in one sitting. I don't think it'll take more than 2, maybe 3 hours. But anyway, that will be the goal for tonight, is to complete the game Journey for this stream. And I chose this game not only because I love it and I think the story is 100% worth going through, and also, of course, being added to my collection of streams for this channel, but also because I'm not going to be available for the next 2 Thursdays. So I'd rather do a standalone game that can be done in one sitting as opposed to a game that will start and then we'll have 2 sessions to forget about it. So let's not do that. Let's instead, do our standalone game. Before we get into this game, I just want to say, if you are not familiar with the Journey, keep a couple things in mind. The first one being, listen to the music. The music is obviously an integral part of storytelling. Hello, Zomber. How's it going? But, well, it's integral for movies and TVs and video games to have music. Obviously, books don't necessarily need music. Oh, I love Journey, Zomber. It's such a good game. But in particular to the game Journey, the soundtrack is built to kind of accompany the narrative. Like, the music will actually respond in some respects to your actions, and it will ramp up or slow down depending on specific moments that you hit in the storyline. So just want everyone to keep that in mind when viewing this game. I can't remember when this game came out, but it was a PlayStation exclusive on the PS3, I think. I think it's been about 15 or 16 years. It might have come out in 2010. I forgot to look it up. But thankfully, Sony was willing to put this on to Steam and other video game stores on the computer. So now everyone gets a chance to experience this game. Although that might be temporary because Sony is kind of, I guess, upset in a way about Steam making its way into the console market, and so they're just like, wait a minute, why should we put all of our Sony exclusives on our competitor's platform? So they're going to be pulling a bunch of those games. I don't think they can make you give up the games that you've already bought. Just soon you may not be able to buy some of those games, and it's honestly left me in a bit of a conundrum because I'm over here like, ooh, I should probably get Horizon Zero Dawn and Forbidden West while I still can for the PC, but also they're still kind of pricey. And I own them for my PlayStation 4, so in some respects it's a little bit silly for me to go ahead and buy another copy on my PC. It's just easier to stream on my PC. Maybe one day I'll actually figure out how to stream on my PlayStation 4. Anyway, Uh, let's stop dilly-dallying. Let's get in. Hey, Zomber, how are you? There we go. All right, and now we meet our hero. There you go. Wow, Zomber, congratulations on your promotion. That's so exciting. I mean, I have similar to celebrate. I didn't get promoted. I got a raise. It's not really much more than a cost of living raise, but you know, something's better than nothing. The screenshot for this game. Oh yeah, I should probably make it clear. This game is not a game with the traditional storytelling, with traditional storytelling mechanics. There is no dialogue in this game. It's told strictly through visuals, and it's very much up to your interpretation. Like these things here, I have no idea what they are. And I think most people who encounter them assume that they're gravestones. But it's unclear if that's actually the case or not. So, like, it doesn't spell it out that they're actual gravestones. Yeah. As I said, it's better than nothing. I'm given the way costs have been increasing, it is nice that I'm at least staying even, staying ahead ish. I can't complain. I'm really glad I got my raise. And yeah, it was very timely because I just decided to buy out my car too. Yeah, so these little strips of cloth, they give us power in our gosh, I can't speak today. In our scarf. Jeez. And we can use it to jump great heights, but once we but it drains, and once we lose it, we cannot jump again. You can see it kind of glowing a little bit. I'm trying to use it, and it's obviously not working. Oh yes, this is my first time playing the computer version, so um, there won't be any special white uniform. Like I have not done anything in this particular version of the game. I did unlock the white robes in the PlayStation 3 version of the game. Yeah, so that I appreciate that they show the graphic of the controller and the button that they want you to press, and not necessarily the letter of the button, because of course, not every controller is the same. But anyway, you can get the same effect by holding and releasing. Yeah, so that little sigil gave us more link to our scarf. Journey is just such a relaxing game, and I definitely needed some of that after the Talos Principle. I got really frustrated with the Talos Principle there at the end. Oh my gosh. Okay, there's another sigil for us. Okay, so there's this little statue here, and the three symbols beneath it are indicative of whether or not I got all the three sigils in this zone, which I obviously did, so they're glowing. So that particular scene there, I interpret it as a beginning. It shows the mountain, and then it shows it. I would say it seems like a symbol of life to this particular people, and it shows the light flowing down into the valley. There are birds, there are crops, and then there are the people, and they created their magic cloths that we're currently utilizing. And basically, it speaks to a civilization. Maybe not necessarily the beginning of a civilization, but a civilization at one point in time. Okay, more scarf. So we'll be able to jump longer distances. Let's go. Oh, and probably something that I think is particularly interesting of note in the computer game version of Journey is that when I started it up, it told me that the best experience was with the controller, so I very much assume that they did not actually make controls for the computer. You might actually have to use a controller. Maybe not. Maybe they did give it computer controls. I would think it'd be pretty easy. It's not a very complex game in terms of controls and gameplay. Okay, so we release the ribbons, and they go and form a bridge. A greater whole. Oh. I see another sigil. I just love how smooth the controls are in this game. It is very dreamlike, like you said, Zomber. Civilization in the Sands. It's interesting because for most of my life, I was strictly a console gamer. I was basically a PlayStation fangirl. And I absolutely never thought I would get into computer gaming at all, in the slightest. However, the situation has recently taken a turn, in my opinion. Just because the state of, the state of things is, it's less ideal. It used to be that there were clear compartmentalization for PlayStation and well, for a console and then for a computer, but they're now making just straight up entertainment systems. They want your PlayStation 5 or your Xbox to be able to also stream and to also play movies and DVD, well, Blu-rays, not DVDs so much anymore. And I spend so much time at my computer anyway that it doesn't make a lot of sense for me to have a console anymore, especially when Sony did have their games on Steam. Like, if I can get the games on Steam, what do I need a PlayStation 5 for? And I think they're finally realizing that. And that's why they're taking their games off Steam. That said, I did see some, discussion on the whole issue, and a lot of people are thinking that Sony will regret that move simply because putting their games onto Steam did get them a lot of money. A lot of money. So it wasn't just a little, they did quite well for themselves in the PC market too. Their games are highly desirable, no matter what system they're on. I'm fairly confident I got all of the sigils. I picked up 3. But we can go up there and actually look. I love how when you're on the cloth, you can just glide. Yeah, see how the music changes. And it refills your scarf. So you can just keep flying forever. Okay, I did get all the sigils. Yeah, and I mean, I think there are other factors. I'm not the only person, from what I can tell, who's come to the conclusion of why do I need a console? Um, it's just the way things are playing out with the rising prices of everything, and then, the whole fact that things are not getting cheaper, and the consoles are increasingly getting more expensive themselves. Uh, it just doesn't make a lot of sense to have a console when a console is now like its own sort of PC, but it's a less capable PC, and so to some extent it just doesn't make sense. My scarf is kinked, and now I'm annoyed by that. What is that sound? Oh, look at that. A shooting star. There. No. My scarf is still not in good shape. Dang it. In my personal opinion, in order for the consoles to keep sort of their relevance, they need to basically occupy a niche. And here's the thing. The Switch occupies that niche. Like, it's not just because Nintendo, doesn't allow any other first party to, or any other third party to have their games. It's also because the Switch is an absolutely fantastic little console that is portable. That's something that every other console is going to struggle with. Like, I think the The Switch is a fantastic console, and I do plan on getting a Switch 2 at some point. Just because when I go on plane rides, I want something to entertain me. And the Switch is great for that. Well, and I mean, you've been watching me play most of these games, and I'm sure you've noticed that for a lot of them, I prefer a controller to the keyboard. I find the controller infinitely more, infinitely easier to use than a keyboard. There you go. Now I can surf. Well, ride. I can ride this thing. Ah, here we go. I was looking for this. Oh, yes, I meant to talk about the sort of scene we were shown after the end of the second zone. So, note in that particular zone that the thing that became much more obvious very interesting. I don't remember that sound being in the original game, but I'm sure it must have been. Huh. just coming down here to explore. What was notable about that scene is that buildings came into view. So I guess technically the very first one was about the beginning of a civilization, but they were more nomadic, maybe not quite as settled. And then with their magic powers, they were able to get... Oh look, there's another shooting star. So I'm sure you could argue that that was in fact the dawn of a civilization. Hey, come back. Come back. Okay, so oh, there's a sigil. I did think that there was a sigil this way. I have played this game before, but it has been quite a while. Come on. Let me ride you again. Oh, here we go. Yes, this is what I wanted. There we go. Oh, I fell. Oh well. Okay. This is a big desert, and I am going to need my companions to show me the way. Yes, thank you. Oh, I see another building. Let's stay atop the sand dune. Oh, helping me again. Very nice, thank you. I see another sigil. Am I calling them sigils because of the Talos Principle? Probably. I think I called them symbols previously. They're about the same thing. Oh, here we go. Yes. I'm also calling them sigils because of Game of Thrones. There you go. Another sigil. Alright. Now where to? These guys seem to be heading in this direction, so I'm going to go by their direction. Oh, there's some more. Let me slide down the big dune. Yeah. Oh, there's another. I can't tilt the camera well enough, but there's another shooting star. We have quite the herd of these going. Yeah, let's go. Fine. I see you guys going this way, so let's go. You turned that way. Why, thank you. Sweet. I don't see that one, but the sound seems to be from the shooting stars. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Okay, confirmed. Shooting stars. Okay, thank you. Okay. It's sending me back this way. Okay, that's new. This feels a little bit ominous, doesn't it? It's dark in here. Oh. Okay, they're above me. So this is something that I was wondering would happen, but I didn't want to spoil. I'm sure some of you saw there is another robed figure here, and you can see the white light on in the corner, now on the edge. That is another player, like another actual human being. At least I gotta assume it's a human being. I don't see the point of what a bot would be doing in this game. There's literally nothing else to this game. Whoa! That was a little weird. Why, thank you. Come on. There we go. Oh. I think I saw no. I did not see a sigil. Okay, yeah, I saw that. I wonder. This always looks so foreboding. What is going on here? I'm not entirely sure. I've played this game half dozen times, a dozen times. I still have no idea. Yeah, I see you. There we go. Yeah, there we go. I knew there had to be more of these sigils. So this game will kind of put you just randomly with another person. I think what happens here is that I have to finish this area and then it'll release those. Okay, I'm missing a sigil. Thought I was pretty thorough. Yeah, like... I wasn't technically purposely going to try to get every single sigil because I know that's going to be a pain in my butt. Yeah, I see you. Like, you know, feel free to lift me up. Yeah, there we go. It's just like, you fell down, let me get you all the way back up. Okay, well... I thought that might have been a sigil over there. I don't know where the sigil is. And that's alright. We are going... This is just a chill game. We're going to sit back, relax, and enjoy. So we're replacing our agriculture with buildings, a hallmark of civilization. that music. All right. Ah, did I really not get it? No, I did. Thank goodness. This is one of my absolute favorite parts of the game. Love this section. There we go. Just want to make sure I've explored every crevasse. Yeah, thank you. Okay, I can't get up there. That's fine. Oh, there's my friend. Hello. I wonder when they got here. Come on. Come on. There we go. Yeah, here we go. Dang it. have sworn it was not that hard previously. I think my friend went on without me, which is fine. I want to see if I can get the sigil still. There we go. There we go. I got it. Yeah, I'm coming. I can't really remember where the sigil was in this part. Oh, I'm not doing well. Not that it really matters. This game is about being zen. Okay, I don't know if it's about being zen, but it's supposed to be a zen experience. Oh, there it is. It's up there. I can't get it. So we're moving on. Oh my gosh, such a beautiful game. Fantastic shot. Framing, the light source. Come on. And now we have fallen into darkness. Did he just materialize there? Well, hello. Now, to me, that scene is probably the most obvious of them all. Clearly, conflict arose, and there was a breaking of the bonds, and we saw two sides facing against each other, and then we saw what looked to be weapons. Yeah, and this is a mural to signify that break. Or, not signify, represent. The music's tone is much darker. The lighting is no longer warm, it's cool. There are blue tones. One could argue that this is meant to kind of represent a deep sadness. Before that figure, the large white figure, I guess telepathically televised the scene to us. They were kind of looking down, and I've always interpreted that look downward as kind of a look of sadness. Like, this isn't how it was meant to be. Huh. Not flying because... Yes! There we go. I was looking for a sigil. I knew there was one, or at least I was pretty sure there was one around here somewhere. Here. The scene has always made me think of like an underwater seascape. This looks like the kelp forests of the California coast. And of course, you're flying around gently enough that you could interpret it as swimming. And there's enough cloth here that we can just kind of ride it up. Yeah, there's another. Scarf is getting quite long. Yeah, and look, now they're basically jellyfish representations. Even though the previous scene that we saw in this part suggested a deep sadness, there's also quite a lot of beauty here as well. Oh. Yeah, there we go. Whoops. I mean, these kind of look like the faces of um, the figures in the white robes. Like gargoyles, perched, waiting. So there's our friend. Whoa! Well, we missed that, but unfortunately our floating friend... Oh no! No! The game crashed. That's a bummer. Sorry, guys. I don't know if we can get back to that exact spot immediately, but we don't have to play through everything again. Oh, it says continue, so maybe we can. Continue? Yeah, that's a bummer. Okay, yeah, it puts us back to the beginning of the zone. That's a bummer. Just when we'd met with our friend again. Yeah, I want to say in the PS3 version, there was not the same autosave, but there was a level select. Honestly, though, I'm really not sure, simply because this is a game that you can complete in one sitting, so what would you need in an auto, like... Generally, you don't have to complete this game in more than one sitting. That crash was unfortunate. And it's really struggling. Kind of thinking maybe I should restart again. Okay. Yeah, it's really struggling. I'm gonna restart again. I'm verifying the integrity of the files right now. Since it's such a short game, this shouldn't take long. Yeah. All 3,393 files successfully validated. It should be in good working order. Okay. Let's try that again. It always amuses me that the game company that made Journey is called That Game Company. Sorry to interrupt the story. Some things can't be helped, though. Still kind of stodgy. Yeah, still struggling. It was not struggling like this previously. There's another person here. Oh, come on. No. There we go. Now, if we go out and see this person, I want to take note. Look how much shorter their scarf is to mine. So this is, like, the person we were originally traveling with had a much longer scarf, so this is a different person. I'm gonna keep moving forward just because of how kind of dodgy this is being. Okay. I was thinking we could come down that way too. Ugh. I hate how much it's stuttering. This game is supposed to be, like, fluid and smooth. There's a sigil around here somewhere. Might be in the next room. Nope. As you can see, there are now enemies hunting us. And it does not like our cloth. Oh. Here we go. Okay, so those... Maybe this... So notice this is a similar form to the one-eyed one. Maybe this is a different weapon to the one that's currently hunting us. Okay, I don't see the sigil over here either. Oh boy. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. I can't see our friend. Where are they? Oh no. Our friend was spotted. Get in here. Our friend is safe. Or at least I'm pretty sure they're safe. I didn't see it get him. Get them. There. There they are. Oh no! Friend! Get out of the way! As far as I can tell, these things don't kill you, but if you look now, his scarf is quite a bit shorter than it was. Okay, I think the sigil is somewhere around here. There it is. I see it. Don't you want more scarf, friend? Okay. I gotta catch up to them. Oh, we got, well, I got the four sigils in the sun. Nice. I mean, this to me seems like definitive proof that those markers in the desert when we first began were gravestones. Because you can see the bodies lying underneath the sand. But as is, I think, pretty easy to interpret, civilization fell. They destroyed themselves. And now there is us. And it's not entirely clear what we are, like in relation to this civilization. It seems obvious that the people that were here sneak through the underground passage without tearing your scarf. Nice. I like to think of us as acolytes. And I kind of think that this journey that we're going on is a kind of sort of rite of passage. Like every adult must go on, maybe to learn the follies of the past in the hopes that it won't be repeated. Get some of your scarf back. You're gonna need it. Whoops. Yeah. Go this way. There's nothing here, right? Yeah, I think it'll unlock later. This seems to be telegraphing our journey through the desert. Another one of these. Doesn't matter. It's already unlocked. Come on, bud. Follow the not mushrooms, jellyfish. Follow the jellyfish. Yeah, there we go. It's like a cloth whale. The reefbacks of Journey. Oh, there's a sigil. I'm gonna need to go and get that. I wonder, does it expect you to have? Yeah, there you go. Okay. I don't see my friend anymore. I wonder if their game crashed. Nope. Oh, there my friend is. They're here. Okay, I'm looking for the last sigil in this area. It might be... yeah, it might be the last level. Interesting. Okay. Okay, sorry, I am looking, because I'm pretty sure there is another sigil around here. But maybe I should go and check first. Ah, that's the way out. Yeah, see, there's still 2 sigils left here. wonder if the sigil is kind of in the area where the whale was. Because I remember it being a sort of offshoot area. Here we go. Yeah, here we go. I'm pretty sure there's a sigil in here. Maybe not. I could be wrong. Looks like maybe a funeral, or someone is being entombed. I don't see a sigil. Oh well. Let's move on. I mean, I think I've demonstrated that you can have a very, very, very long scarf. And it serves you well to have a long scarf, because that's the more scarf you have, the greater your power is. Now that I think about it, I don't think I've ever looked for a journey scarf anywhere. Okay. Now it's showing us the journey that we've undertaken. So now it shows us bowing before the mountain. So something that I find particularly odd about the scene is that, to me, it has a kind of sense of finality to it. Like, oh, you've scaled this, and now you must bow before the mountain. And that, to me, kind of suggests that maybe this is where the journey ends. But no, this is not where the journey ends. There is still, I wouldn't say much more ahead of us, but definitely more ahead of us. And as you can see, the sand has turned to snow. Yeah, that wasn't a cutscene. We can't actually move. And look. Our power is leaving us. It used to be, you know, we would keep our power, but now the cold is sapping it. So one benefit of having a very long scarf for this section of the journey is that it will take much longer for you to use your power and the journey will be at least a little bit easier. But yeah, there are also the same monsters here. Oh. And the cold is not just sapping us of our power, it's making us very cold, and it also is making us move a lot slower. I haven't seen our friend. They must be pretty far ahead of us. That's a shame, because they could probably use our help right about now. More graves here. Yeah, notice our scarf. You can see more white kind of creeping up. Yeah, you should probably go ahead and just... Yeah, come on. I don't know where it's going. warmth. Aha, there we go. Oh man. There we go. Man, even with my long scarf, I can't really do much flying. Okay, let me go. The cold just got more intense. Oh, shoot. Oh gosh. Yeah, we are definitely still being hunted. Oh shoot. Oh. I think it's gonna come back. Yeah. Dang it. Need to get under cover. I think my scarf might be getting shorter. go. Oh gosh. Nope. Dang it. I was really hoping to make it to the top without losing any scarf. Ow. Yeah, see, my scarf is now significantly shorter. Are you kidding me? No. I mean, the very first time I played this game, I didn't lose any scarf, so this is pretty annoying. Honestly hard to tell when the wind is blowing and when it's not blowing. I can't even do the big power-up move. It's a wonder any of these magical cloth ribbons out here could survive at all, given how predatory those machines are. I kind of like this idea that my presence in some way kind of brings life or hope back to this place. Because these things all briefly come to life again when I pass through. Touch them all. Yeah, and it's not just me giving them life. They also gave me back some life. Obviously not scarf length or anything. But for a moment there, I was much warmer than I had been since I began this journey. As you can see, the frost is creeping back up on me again. Okay. Oh no. Well, I don't know if I've ever not been blown off that ledge. Oh, there's the mountain. Well, I did have a scarf, and now my scarf is no more. The wind has died. The lightning has stopped. Oh, my friend has returned. This song is my favorite in the entire game, and it's called Apotheosis. Gave me back my scarf. Interesting. Where's my friend? Oh, there they are. Kind of like that the end credits show others going on a similar journey. Austin Wintory, goated music composer. He's an excellent composer for a bunch of different video games. I think the Banner Saga and there's an ocean game he also composed the soundtrack for. It wasn't Subnautica, it was the other ocean game that came out at the time. I think I even own it. So that is Journey. What do you think the point of Journey was? To me, Journey was about reaching enlightenment. And I do mean two kinds of enlightenment at the same time. One kind was seeing the history of your ancestors, understanding what broke them apart, and basically trying to, learn from the past in the hopes that you don't repeat the same mistakes. But then the other part of the enlightenment is just the actual trials that you go through, because going through the trial of your journey was not an easy journey, and that, of course, can give you grit, can give you toughness. And that is an enlightenment of its own. So we had 3 different companions. I was honestly shocked that we had any companions at all. The game's not young. It's quite old, so the fact that there were still other people to meet along the way just shows kind of how the game endures, and has endured after a decade. So, I mean, it's just a fantastic game. One thing I will note, apart from what I thought the game was about, is that it followed the hero's journey. Even though there was no dialogue, even though, the storytelling, as it were, was pretty minimal, you go on this journey. You, gather powers, and in some cases you meet companions, and then you run into danger, and you have to navigate that danger. And when you successfully navigate that danger, you reach a point of basically almost the climax. The most difficult part of the climax, which is whatever obstacles in your way have now increased tenfold to some extent, and you have to battle your way through them. But you come out stronger on the other side. Generally, a hero's journey entails the hero usually coming out on top in the end. And that's something that I think it followed pretty faithfully, just in a different manner than what we're used to. We gained power, yes, but it wasn't, a devastating power that can, banish all of our foes. It was just a power that helped us reach our destination. And another thing that I want to note before signing off for tonight is that one of the things that I find very interesting about the game Journey is a kind of, it's how different the game feels when you take the journey alone compared to when you take it with a companion. When Journey came out, it was on the PlayStation 3. You could get online on the PlayStation 3, but being online was not required. And so the very first time that I played Journey, I did it alone. There were no companions at all. In fact, I didn't even know that you could get companions. I thought it was a single player game, totally. And later when I played Journey again and I was connected online and I found my first companion, I mean, it was novel, don't get me wrong, but in some respects I liked the solo journey a little bit better than the journey with a companion, simply because the journey solo is a bit harder, just a little bit, you know. When you're with a companion, you can kind of give each other power, which is great. You know, you should be able to sort of give each other support in a manner that's possible beyond just moral support. But it does mean that when you're on a solo journey, you have to ration your power quite a bit more than when you're with a companion. A little bit more difficult. A little bit more trying, and potentially closer to the spirit of the game. But the fact that they included any kind of multiplayer at all definitely suggests that the multiplayer is obviously an intended part of the experience. So maybe my first time playing it, I didn't play it correctly because I played it by myself. But the fact that they make it possible to play it by yourself definitely suggests that they wanted players to experience both ways. Anyway, Journey, a game, we completed it in 2 hours and 15 minutes. Obviously, we could have completed it a lot faster if the game hadn't crashed, and if I hadn't dawdled to some extent trying to get sigils. But the thing is that Journey is a game where dawdling is not kind of encouraged. Taking your time with the journey is important. I find it a game to kind of relax to chill with, to just take a breath and just be. I hope that anyone who may be watching who hasn't potentially played Journey, to please go and play it. Find a copy if you can, and go and play it. I don't think you'll regret it. It's definitely best. The game is definitely best when you haven't seen someone else play it, but you know, the way you experience it is not really what's important. What's important is your takeaway from the experience. Anyway, you all long enough. Thank you for watching this stream of Journey, and thank you, Zomber, for coming along. I love that that this is a game that you enjoy too, and we're able to relax and have a good time with. Maybe one day I'll go back and actually collect all the sigils so that I can get the white robes again. Anyway, thank you all. I hope you have a good night. Oh, in case it needs to be repeated, I will not be here for the next 2 Thursdays. I have a class scheduled, and then I have a vacation. You'll next see me May 14th. And, I already know what game I'm going to start. And I think to some extent, if you've been watching along, or if you've caught these streams after the fact, you might not be surprised at all what the game is. But it felt right for more reasons than one. So. And on that cliffhanger, see y'all. This is Kaolin, signing out.